And welcome to Millard South Football, presented to you by Millard South Media. We have the game of the year in front of us today with the number 1 Westside Warriors coming to town to take on the number 2 ranked Millard South Patriots. It's a chilly night here at Buell Stadium with the temperature recorded around 50 degrees and wind speeds of around 18 miles per hour. And welcome up to the booth. I'm Wilson Dittman, joined alongside my partner Mason Steinhoff. And Mason, what a game we have in front of us today.
Absolutely. This is a must-watch, must-see game. And I would just like to say, anybody listen to us live right now, tell your family, tell your friends to tune in, because we're about to witness a football game that will, without a doubt, go down in history as an instant classic. And we could possibly be getting a preview of the state title game.
Absolutely. Now let's get into our pregame coverage. Starting off with how Millard South has gotten here so far. And that's the first game of the year being Millard West. 28-27, close ball game, came down to the final snap, and an error by Millard West gave Millard South the win. And you look at the stats on the screen here, Jet Tamala with 2 touchdowns, and Nolan Feller, who's now out with injury, had 3 touchdowns. Mason, what do you got for us on this game?
It seemed like every time Millard South would score, Wilson, Millard West answered back. Both teams were in the game all 4 quarters, and it really came down to who made the most little but costly mistakes, because both teams committed a lot of those in this game. Happened to be the Wildcats, who missed a crucial extra point at the end, which was really the deciding factor for that one.
Now going on to Elkhorn South, the number 2 ranked team came in here to Buell Stadium, and Millard South shut them out 33-0. Nolan Feller with a great game, but J.R. Laquana had one of the best games we've ever seen from a defensive tackle. 3 sacks, an INT, and a touchdown. He was absolutely dominating this game.
This was the statement game by the Patriots, shutting out a really good Storm team. Millard South ultimately played better in the trenches.
And now going on to Millard North, offensive showdown. Jet Tamala had 4 total touchdowns. And Marion Jackson, this was his breakout game, 3 total touchdowns, and they took care of business. Now going on to number 3 Gretna, they took a road trip about 20 minutes over to Gretna, and they had another big win, 38-7. And Marion Jackson with another great performance. And then Dylan Cole, you'll hear his name a lot today with 3 INTs, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and a defensive touchdown. Mason, this was a huge game for Millard South to solidify themselves on the top.
It was all hands on deck, Wilson. A lot of players helped out in their own ways, and they held the state championship runners-up from last year to only 7 points. Great win overall.
Now to North Star. That was here at Buell Stadium, just dominating from the first quarter. Jessamala with 6 total touchdowns, and Dylan Cole, we just talked about him, with 2 total sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery. Now to Lincoln East. That was 2 weeks ago. 47-21, Gabe Pruka with another good game, and then Dylan Cool. A game where Millard South really struggled to get going, but as the game went on, figured it out and then started to blow them out there in the fourth quarter, Mason.
A close 1-score game, through 3 quarters. Lincoln East wouldn't go away until Millard South found a rhythm in that fourth quarter and stuck with it the remainder of the game. As you said, Dylan Cool had an awesome game, with a reception touchdown and another pick 6 to add to his stats on the season. And Amarian Jackson, of course, showed out as always with a touchdown and punt return touchdown as well.
And then last week against Columbus, kind of a frustrating game for Millard South. The conditions were not great. They took a 2-hour road trip over to Columbus, but the offense didn't have a great day, but the defense really solidified themselves, only gave up 10 points and came up clutch when it mattered the most. Harper Rutan had a great game with 2 total sacks. Now let's get into last year's game. And this was a close one. Going to overtime, Westside won 41-34. Anthony Rizek, you see it on the screen, 5 total touchdowns, and his brother, his counterpart, had more than 100 yards receiving. On the other side of things, Cam Colger, who's no longer with Millard South, graduated, had another great game with 3 total touchdowns coming back from USA Baseball. And Nolan Feller, who's unfortunately not playing today, had a great game as well for Millard South.
This one was a shootout, Wilson. Back and forth action all game long. Westside made more plays that mattered right at the end in an overtime thriller to secure the W, and Anthony Rizek showed everyone how talented he was with those 5 total touchdowns.
And speaking of Anthony Rizek, that starts our star quarterback showdown, 2 of the best in Class A. Let's start off with Anthony Rizek. Dual threat quarterback, you're going to hear his name called a lot. He can pass the ball well, but I think he can run it even better. That's a key for Millard South, is to stop the run game for him. But other than that, he is going to just do what he wants against his Millard South defense if they do not step up. Somebody to watch. And then our second one, Jet Tamala for Millard South. Mason, what do you got on him?
He's going to be really decent for them as a junior and senior, I think, since he's getting, all this starting experience as a sophomore. He fits the pro-style offense that Coach Wisdom is implementing here. He's a player that's thrown for around 1,700 yards on the year. Last week he surpassed 2,000 yards in his career here. He hasn't thrown a lot of interceptions because he really hasn't needed to make a ton of risky decisions because good protection from his offensive line all season.
Now let's get to our X factor, that being Amarion Jackson. This is a guy you're going to want to keep your name on. Number 9 for Millard South, and this guy is a stud. If they're going to do anything offensively, he has got to be a part of it. Really, when Millard South has been great, he's had big games, over 100 yards. He's had, many games with double-digit touchdowns. Not double-digit touchdowns, but more than one. So this is a guy they need to get going, but don't expect him to be the only one on that receiver core. You need a guy like Dominic Duggan to show up. You need a guy like Isaac Jensen to show up. Really, that receiver core needs to have a big game against a loaded Westside secondary, Mason.
Yeah, he produces for this Millard South team every week. He's made a name for himself as a really talented skill player, and I have a good feeling he won't disappoint tonight because he hasn't all season long. He always finds a way to get in the spotlight on the football field. Coaches and scouts are going to have their eyes on him. He's going to be a big future prospect.
Now let's get to our injury report, that being Nolan Feller. So he was questionable going into this game. We are disappointed to announce here on Millard South Media that he will not be suiting it up for a couple games in a row, still out with a meniscus injury, but Millard South is hoping that he will be back by playoff time, one of the best running backs in Class A. There's a lot of other guys questionable for Millard South, including Carter Glab starting center, Max Gray starting tackle, among others, but they are all going to play in this one, Mason. Now going on to our keys for the game, and Mason, you got us covered for Westside. What do you got?
So you want to force Tamala outside the pocket. You got to make him panic. He hasn't really experienced being off schedule, and the pocket hasn't collapsed much for him because, like I was saying earlier, his offensive line has done a very good job protecting him up front.
Yeah, you just mentioned that. That offensive line for Millard South is one of the best in Class A. Westside has got to get around it.
Next, you want to force turnovers. In doing that, you have to win the line of scrimmage and catch Millard South's offensive line off guard. Be more physical. That's the key.
Yep, and like you mentioned, that's really huge for that defense. Win the turnover battle. Jet Tamal is really unexperienced. Let's see what they can do. And number 3, Mason, what do you have?
Lastly, you want to strike first because Millard South hasn't been down one score all year long, and like I was saying earlier, they have the tendencies to relatively start off slow.
Now going to Millard South, their keys to the game. First off, you got to establish the running game. Nolan Feller is out, but you still have Gabe Pruka who's going to play. You still have Jet Tamala who can run it if he needs to. That's going to be huge. And when you run the football at will like Millard South has, it opens up the passing game. It opens up guys like Amarion Jackson to have a big game. Going on to number 2, take away the Rezak brothers. Those guys are huge, starting at quarterback and starting at wide receiver, along with Teddy Rezak playing at safety. These guys are going to be all over the field today, and if you can take away Anthony, you might as well take away his brother too at that wideout position. Now going on to number 3, limit crucial penalties. And really, that's kind of uncharacteristic for Millard South. They've usually been good against the penalties all year long, but as the last couple of games creep by, whether that's Lincoln East or Columbus, they have really struggled, and that's the reason why they've let these teams who aren't as good as them stick in those ball games. So if they can, not have any penalties that really cost them, or not even any turnovers as well, they need to have their A-plus product on the field today. And that'll do it here for the pregame show here at Millard South Media. Again, I'm Wilson Dittman, joined with Mason Steinhoff. I'm just so excited for this game, Mason.
Yeah, I can't wait. This is going to be a fun one to watch.
So we will be right back with you here for kickoff in about 10 minutes here on Millard South Media. Do not go away. And welcome into Millard South Media, game of the year. The number 1 Westside Warriors take the trip over to Buell Stadium and take the number 2 Millard South Patriots on. I'm Will Dittman, joined up in the booth with Mason Steinhoff. And guys, this is going to be a special game in front of us. Millard South has elected to receive, and Westside going to kick this one off. And one of our pregame keys was for Millard South to start off early. That's kind of what they struggled throughout the years, to start off with the points. Let's see what they can do right now.
Number 1, number 2, about to be underway here. You know, kind of a dreary, misty, little rainy evening. Looks like cleared up a little bit, but, you know, see what happens tonight.
And this one will most likely decide who will be the number 1 seed going into the playoffs. Again, Westside, the favorite, won the playoffs last year, are the reigning state champions, and Millard South trying to dethrone them right here, right now. Everyone buckle up. This is going to be a special one. Westside finally getting ready to kick things off. Their kicker, Will Bowerly. Refs aren't letting them go here. And now they are. DeLon Jones and Amarion Jackson back to return for Millard South. Bowerly to kick this one off. Chilly day here at Buell, and we are underway. DeLon Jones, a return man, and he's just going to fair catch it. That'll take us to the Millard South offense, led by Jet Tamal, starting quarterback. Gabe Pruka now at running back for the injured Nolan Feller. It's going to be of the most importance that they can go down and get points on the scoreboard against a high-powered Westside offense.
That's what you got to do, Wilson. You got to start off fast, take all the energy, especially against this number 1 Westside football team.
And here we go. The 20-yard line. Millard South starts things up. Under center in a strong set. Something we haven't seen from him this year. Quick handoff over to Gabe Pruka, trying to push the pile. And he's going to get a gain of about 2 yards. Some action after the snap. Looks like he's still not down. And they're going to call it. Lots of shoving.
A little chippy in there.
Oh, yeah. That should
right out of the gates.
See if that warrants a penalty, but they're not going to throw one. And I think that's fine. I mean, let them play, honestly. After all the talk that's happened in the last couple months, you know, it's going to be a little chippy. It's got to be. Let them play. Gain of about 3 sets up 2nd and 7. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 at the far. Jamal takes a snap, looking to pass. Fakes to his left side, goes to his right, trying to find a receiver. Has all day. Throws to Marion Jackson deep down the field. It's up, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Westside. Jump ball. Oh, my goodness. What a way to start this ball game. That looks like it's number 2, Kayshawn Shannon of Westside. Underthrew that ball. Westside takes advantage. Just not a way you want to start this one, Mason.
Yeah, Millard South, it happened,
Move on. You got to move on.
Yeah.
You got to move on. I always say this. You got to have a memory like a goldfish. Goldfish have a memory of about 5 seconds. Forget about it. Move on to the next drive. Westside, you couldn't script a better start defensively. Now the Westside offense takes the field, great field position right around the 40-yard line. And their head man, Anthony Rizak, is in the shotgun. Takes a snap, pitches it off to the running back, Jamez Ross. Jamez trying to find something. He does, makes a move, and gets tripped up right around the 45-yard line. That's what you're going to see a lot of Jamez Ross. He's a very patient back. He'll wait to find a hole, and he's going to make you miss.
Yeah, last week, a player who had 3 rushing touchdowns, close to 200 yards versus Kearney in that shutout win. 10 rushing touchdowns on the year. He's going to make some noise tonight.
2nd and 2. They give it right back to Ross. Breaks to the outside, trying to find something. He's going to go for a gain of about 10. And that's going to be a Westside first down, now inside Millard South territory. And that's what Westside's going to do. If the run game is working, they are not going to go away from it until they're going to catch you lacking. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. And that's going to be a false start on Westside. Back them up 5 yards. Not what you want to see if you're the Warriors.
False starts, just really common penalty. It'll kill you on the football field. Just penalties that have to be cleaned up.
Ball's now going to be spotted at the 50 for 1st and 15. And now if you're the Patriots, you got to take advantage of this. You're not going to have many opportunities where Westside gives you those free yardage. You got to take advantage.
Patriots in a 4-3 base defensive look. They rarely go away from that.
Rizak takes a snap, and that's bottled up by the Millard South Patriots. Aiden Miller in there on the play. Gain of nothing. Just like he was going to keep himself the entire way. Thought he might pitch it to Ross, but decided not to.
Looked like he kind of slipped there a little bit.
And you might see that today. It's been raining on and off all game long. The winds are more important.
Turf monster is going to be a factor.
Yep. The Lions crew is going to say he lost 2. It's going to set up a 2nd and 16. Crowd really getting into it. Rizak takes a snap, going to pass. Screen pass over to Christian Jones. He's going to fight his way forward, and that'll be right around the original marker.
Flag comes in late.
And that was on the near side. DeLon Jones was getting shippy with number 25, Teddy Rizak. Let's see who this is on. DeLon Jones is the type of player where Millard South cannot afford to have him get in trouble. And there's been time and time again where he has played after the whistle all year long. And that's going to go on Millard South and DeLon Jones. I mean, just a crucial penalty. Crowd doesn't like it. Yeah, but it looks like he just played after the whistle. So that's going to be a huge gain for Westside off the penalty. They're going to be marked around the 30-yard line. Man.
You just cannot give that much yardage to a team like what Millard South's playing. Can't happen.
Trips to the far side. Rizak takes the snap. He's going to look to pass. All day in the pocket. Dylan Cool coming after him. Now throws deep. And they're not going to call PI. Nope, now they do. I mean, what do you think about that one, Mason? It looked uncatchable from here. The culprit, DeLon Jones, once again.
Yep, just get in there too early. Didn't turn around. They're going to call that every time.
And Millard South taking DeLon Jones out of the game after that 2 plays. Horrendous.
DeLon Jones just costing this Patriots team so far.
Zebras taking their time here at center field.
A lot of free yardage given up to Westside.
And now they're going to wave it off. They're going to say it was uncatchable. Crowd really likes that. And that's what I originally thought up in the booth here, Mason. I thought, although the contact was clear and obvious, I thought, a little bit of an overthrow by Rizak. Even if there was no contact at all, it still would have been way too far out there.
Yeah, I mean, the ref kind of hesitated to throw the flag right away.
So now it sets up a 2nd and 10. Rizak once again the shotgun with Jamez Ross at running back. Takes a snap, gives it off to Ross. Makes one man miss, fighting his way inside with a gain of about 5. And that'll set up a 3rd and 5 at Millard South's 25. Now this is huge for Millard South. First real 3rd down on defense. Get off the field. Westside still breaking in a new kicker, and Will Bowerly replacing Tristan Alvano of last year.
Millard South side trying to get hyped up here. Student section.
Here we go. Trips to the near side. Like you said, Mason, they're getting loud. Rizak takes the snap. Gives it off to his running back. Nobody keeps it himself. Finding his way toward the marker, and he's not going to get there. He'll be 1 yard short. Millard South defense with a huge stop. And let's see what Westside does here on a 4th and let's call it 2. Offense stays on the field for now. I think they're going to stick with them. I think that's the right decision, Mason.
I think it is, especially when you have a back like Keenan Cotton. Really shifty player who does a good job of finding the gaps and taking them.
Crowd getting loud. 4th and 2 here. Jamez Ross in the backfield. They're going to give it off to him. Nope, Rizak's going to keep it himself. He gets the 1st down easily. And he'll be marked around the 15-yard line. The zone reads will kill you if you're Millard South if you let them. And Rizak already hurting the Patriots with his legs.
And Westside's just probably going to stick to the ball here. They do it best, and if it's working, they're not going to go away from it at all.
15-yard line here for the Warriors. Anthony Rizak commanding the offense. Snap to him. Gives off to Ross. Nope, they're going to keep it with Rizak once again. Again, that zone read is so effective. They're even fooling us up in the booth.
Yeah, Rizak just faking a bunch of Millard South players.
There was an extracurricular action there at the bottom of the field. DeLon Jones and Caleb Benning. No flag is called, but it looks like DeLon Jones wanted something on Benning. Again, getting chippy here. Millard South desperately needs to get off the field and only give up 1 field goal. And they're going to call a timeout to figure things out. And we're going to take a very quick break with them here on Millard South Media. And welcome back. Westside driving now at the 10-yard line of Millard South. Patriots trying to have a defensive stand. Rizak takes the football, rolls to his right side, gives it off to Christian Jones. Fighting for the pylon, cannot get there. Well, that's going to force a 1st down for the Warriors at around the 2-yard line. And this Warriors start has been almost perfect. Force an INT on one of the first plays of the game, and they've been going down the field at will on this Millard South defense. 1st and goal. Jamez Ross in the backfield. I think they'd be wise to give it off to him. They do just that, trying to find a hole. Breaks the first tackle, going for the line, and he gets there. Touchdown, Westside. The Warriors go down the field on their first drive and convert 4-6. Just a perfect start for the Warriors on the Millard South side. Exactly what you couldn't afford to happen. But now you just got to hope that your offense comes through for you. Kick is up, and it's good. And that's going to make the lead 7-0 here at Buell Stadium.
Westside just doing what they've been doing all season long.
And we will take a quick break with them. And welcome back to this one. Westside went down the field on their first drive and scored a touchdown, 7-0 here at Buell Stadium in Millard South. Now looking to respond, Mason, and how did they do it?
You know, you just got to, wipe out what happened, like you always say. Start fresh and just play the game of football, play it physically.
Kick gets the end zone going with the wind. And they're going to let that one bounce for a touchback. And Jet Tamala in the offense take the field once again. Tamala threw a pick on his first drive, kind of just a jump ball to his best receiver, Mario Jackson, and a great play by Kayshawn Shannon of Westside. Got the pick. And let's see what they got now. Really, I keep saying this Millard South team revolves around the running game. If you can get this running game going, Mason, they're going to be hard to stop. All right. Jet Tamala in at quarterback. Gabe Pruka is his running back. Gives a snap to him. Pruka trying to find room to run. Bowling his way for a gain of about 5. And they'll take that every day of the week. They'll be marked right at the 25-yard line. And if I'm Millard South, I'm going right back to Gabe Pruka on this one, Mason. I think you just got to get him going, get him confident, have the O-line get confident. And we've been talking about it all season long. This is the best trenches in all of Class A. Prove it today. You got to prove it today. This is a prove-it game.
Especially with how good Millard South's running back room is.
Trips to the near side. Gives a snap off to Pruka. And he is just absolutely shut down by the west side defensive line. Couple guys in on the play. He had no room to run. That's going to force a crucial 3rd and 5.
Nothing doing there, and must commit 3rd down here. You got to get the first here.
Let's see what they go to. Isaac Jensen not in the game, just went off. See if some of your receivers can make a huge play. Guy like Caden Nolan, Martin Jackson, of course. You're going to need more than a Martin Jackson for Millard South to be successful offensively tonight. 3rd and 4. 4 receivers to the near side. Jetsamala in at quarterback. And they're going to take another timeout just to talk about this over. And we're going to take a quick break with them. Don't go away here on Millard South Media. And welcome back. Big 3rd down here for Millard South. 4 receivers to the near side. Detamala getting some calls from the sideline. Takes a snap, looks to his left, screen pass, bad ball, hit Christian Jones. There was a couple. He made the tackle after the play was over. The refs don't call anything, and that's the second time where this reffing crew has made a questionable decision that the crowd here is not a fan of, and that's going to force the penning crew to get on the field.
Yeah, Christian Jones, a really aggressive player, just doing a little extracurricular there.
Ben Manichetti to punt this for the Patriots. Caleb Benning, one of the most dynamic return men in all of Class A, is going to return this for the Warriors.
Can be dangerous on these returns.
Just like his father.
Of course, the son of former Nebraska standout Damon Benning.
Low snap. Decent punt there by Ben Manichetti. He's going to fair catch it. And it got bubbled, but Westside makes a play on it. Looks like Caleb Benning wanted some contact before he ended up touching it, but they're not going to do anything about it. But Westside keeps possession with, again, great field position at around the 45-yard line.
I think Millard South got there a little too early
before
Damon Benning had a chance to
Caleb Benning.
Caleb Benning, my mistake, to field that.
Not the first time I've got those two in between. No, don't worry about it. All right. Westside about to take the field here. Second drive of the ball game. If you're just joining us, I'm Will Dittman, joined up here with Mason Steinhoff for this huge Class A matchup. Trips to the near side. Motion pre-snap. We're going to give it off to Ross. Nope, screen pass over to Benning. And that one is a little bit in front of him. And Westside does a great job.
They're going to call a flag there on Damon Benning.
I think that's the right call. That's the second time that Caleb Benning has had some extracurricular activity. And I know you got to play tough. And I said the refs should not call that, but sooner or later when it continues to happen, they have no choice. They have no choice. You got to call that, and they do just that. That's going to back him up significantly.
I thought Dylan Cool was the one there who kind of, trying to force a penalty on Damon there by climbing over the top of him.
All right, that's going to set up 2nd and 25. And the Patriots have got to take advantage of this. Trips to the near side look for Westside. Anthony Rezak, the quarterback. Jamez Ross once again in the backfield. Motion to Benning. They're going to give it to him on the jet sweep, trying to find some room to run. He is bobbled up by that Patriot defense. Couple guys in there on the play, including Aiden Miller, who was questionable going into this game with a shoulder injury, but he's making his presence felt. And that sets up a 3rd and 24. Must get off the field if you're the Patriot defense.
Okay. Caleb Benning, I'm not going to get it wrong this time. Caleb Benning thought he had some room to run there, but the gap closed quickly.
3rd down. Rezek's going to take it himself. He has room to run. Makes a move, but gets tripped up kind of by his own offensive lineman right around the 45-yard line, and Westside will have no choice but to bring on the pending unit. Good stop there by the Patriots defense. And that's going to bring on Will Bowerly, the kicker and punter, to boot this one away. And Amarion Jackson, who's also a dangerous return man, is back there trying to give the Patriots some better field position, give this offense a chance. 3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Still a close ball game. Millard South trying to even things up. Booted off to Amarion Jackson. That's one is going to take a hop. He's going to let it go, and wow, a perfect punt inside the 5. They're going to mark that at the 4, it looks like. You can't do that one any better.
Going to be terrible field position for Millard South here on this next drive.
So that's where this offense will start, at the 4-yard line. And this is a must go down and score in any way possible, even if that's a field goal. Get on the board. You can't keep giving this offense of Westside more opportunities to go down and score.
In return, you have to give yourself more opportunities. May be hard, though. Backed up inside the 5.
Snap to Jamala, gives it off to Peruka. Again, nothing. The Westside defensive line doing a great job imposing themselves. That'll be a gain of about nothing. Again, some more extracurricular activity, especially in the trenches. And there is a man down for Millard South. See if we can see who it is. We're going to take a quick break with them here on Millard South Media. And welcome back to Millard South Media. And that was Gabe Peruka, the starting running back for Millard South. I mean, you just cannot afford to have that. You already have Nolan Feller out, one of the most electrifying running backs in Class A, and now your backup running back's out. So the Patriots are now down to their third string, Isaiah Traylor.
Depth at that position shrinking now.
Play action, Jet Tamala. High pass over to Marion Jackson. Makes a great play on the football for a first down. Helmet comes off and all. I mean, oh my goodness, Amarion Jackson.
A really athletic player there. Good job elevating himself.
He's going to come off the field. Has to come off the field for one play when your helmet comes off. And he well deserved it. High point of that football, just like you're taught.
Man, did Jet Tamala feel the pressure there, but he got it off just in time.
So that's going to set up a first down in 10 for the Patriots. Two receivers on the near side, one on the far. Jet snaps it to Tamala. They're going to give it off to the third running back, Isaiah Traylor, for a gain of about nothing. And Westside, I mean, that's been the story of the game so far, doing a great job in the trenches, stopping those running holes. And, man, I mean, what do you got to do to stop it if you're Millard South?
I mean, the offensive line just has to play better. If Millard South wants a chance to, convert on some of these downs and drive down the field, is Westside making this Patriots offensive line that's been really decent the entire year look not so great so far.
Under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Still a one-score ball game. Gabe Peruka is having some work done on him on the sideline. Put no weight on that ankle. Looks like he re-aggravated the injury that he had against Columbus. Jamal takes a snap. Fakes the pass over to his running back. Now gives it off to Dylan Cool. Trying to have room to run. Gets to the outside right around the 20-yard line. Good job there by Dylan Cool to fight to the outside and get those extra yards. And he's a guy that Millard South really loves defensively, but they can get him the ball offensively as well at that tight end position. One of the studs on this team, and he's only a junior. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 5 with a minute left to go here in the first quarter. Westside doing a great job defensively. Again, the best defense in all of Class A. The secondary has D1 talent all over it, but this defensive line has done a great job today as well. 3rd down and 5. Chechamal in at quarterback. Patriots need this one. He takes a snap, looks to the left, now looking to his right. Has all day, going off the pocket. Now throws deep down the field. Demarion Jackson, jump ball, and that'll get to the dirt. And that's the type of pass you just can't afford to have. Another risky one. You're going to see that from your sophomore quarterback. Unexperienced, and man, I mean, they got away with one right there, Mason.
Mm-hmm. And Jet Tamala, a player who hasn't thrown a lot of interceptions this year, throwing some risky footballs there, and
see what he can do.
Really feeling the pressure.
Ben Menichetti back there to punt. Caleb Benning, the return man for Westside. Good snap. Ben boots. It's a low driving punt. He's going to take a friendly Millard South bounce. And Caleb Benning will down it himself right around the 47-yard line. This is the 3rd time that Westside has had great field position. Each of their drives starting around their own 40-yard line. We're going to take a quick break with them. 30 seconds left to go here on Millard South Media in the first quarter. And welcome back. Quick break there. 30 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Trips to the far side. Rezick in that quarterback. He takes a snap, looking to his left, trying to find something. All day in the pocket. Throws a bullet pass on the right side of the field to number 13. That's Eli Johnson, one of the young receivers that Westside really likes on this team, but not a great ball there from Rezick.
Yeah, attempting to get the diving catch there. Couldn't quite bring it up.
Westside getting some calls from the sideline. And really great coaching staff, full of talent for the Warriors. 2nd and 10. Rezick takes a snap, looks to his left, trying to find something, and just barely gets it in there to his receiver for a first down. Great pass by Anthony Rezick. Well, let's see who caught that one. Looks like that was number 24, his tight end, Trevor Spady. And he's a guy that Westside loves to get going.
Westside moving the drive, doing what's working so far, and what's quite frankly worked all season.
Rezick looking to throw. Gets it back over on a comeback route to number 10, but yep, they're going to call that a catch. That's Keenan Cotton. A lot of receivers getting going. Westside being aggressive on this drive. Going tempo. 9 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Rezick to throw once more. Has all day. Throws deep down the field to Caleb Benning. And great play there by Millard South to swat that one away. My goodness, what a play. And that was Nate Christensen. Now there's 4 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, but I mean, what a great play by Nate Christensen, only a sophomore, and he just locked up one of the best wide receivers in all of Class A. Really good rep. That's what we want to see. Westside trying to brush that one off. 2nd and 10. Rezick takes a snap, looking to pass again. Has all day in the pocket. Now he's going to scramble. Almost got to him. Makes a great play on his feet. Caleb Benning with the reception. He's going to go for a first down and a little bit more, and that'll be the end of the first quarter here on Millard South Media with Westside driving inside the 20-yard line. We're going to take a quick break with them. And welcome back to Millard South Media. Have the student section cam. It's a pink out. It's looking great. They've been active all game long. Not great conditions, but they showed up and ready to root on their Patriots. One of the best student sections in all of Class A right there. Now let's get back to this game. 7-0, Westside has the lead, and now they're driving. Crowd getting into it. First down and 10 at the 16-yard line.
No deep defenders for
Westside takes a snap. Rezick looking to run on his own. Millard South bottles it up, but Rezick does a great job fighting for some extra yardage. The gain of about 3 on the play. And you'll see that all game long. You've already seen it a couple times, those quarterback draw plays designed. Anthony Rizak, one of the best quarterbacks on his feet in all of Nebraska. And he's showing you guys right now why he is.
And he's doing so by faking out this Millard South defense.
Two receivers to the left, to the right. Motion pre-snap by Trevor Spady. Rizak takes a snap, looks to his left side, nothing there, and then gives off to Jamuz Ross in the flat, trying to find something. Millard South all over. They're going to get him for a loss. Wow, they read that to perfection.
Absolutely swarmed there. He had nowhere to go.
And Jamez Ross, I mean, he tried to find a hole, couldn't do it, then kind of went backwards. That's the type of running back he is. He is really patient, but sometimes he'll dance, and, you know, because of that, he'll stay back and won't get any yardage. Dylan Cool in there on the tackle, and this sets up a big third down for Millard South. 3rd and 13. Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far. Crowd getting into it. I mean, this is the loudest we've heard it all year long. And they're going to call a delay of game, it looks like. That's going to back him up 5 yards. Rizak just didn't know what he was doing. The crowd got really loud. I mean, you can't help but think that had a little bit of an impact on the play. And now, Mason, Millard South is in a great position defensively, but Westside, they're at the 26-yard line. If they don't get any yards on this play, they're not in exactly guaranteed field goal range either. Westside's coach getting into it. The great Paul Ngambi. Here we go. 3rd and 21. Rizak takes a snap. Look to his left side to throw. Now to his right. Has a man. And that's just underthrown completely. No flags on the field. Good coverage by Nate Christensen. And now Westside has a decision to make here on a 4th and 20. You either go for it or trust your kicker, Will Bowerly, and they're going to go with the kicking option.
And that was J.R. Laquana that brought the pressure there.
Rizak's just such a good quarterback where he can get pressure, but he'll find a way to avoid it. Get the ball out. All right, huge field goal. One of the largest Will Bowerly's attempted in his career so far. Crowd getting loud. Here's the kick. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. The kick is blocked. It's on the field. Millard South's going to return it. Now at the 40. And they're going to get down around the 43. What a block. Dylan Cool picked it up and tried to run with it. But that's a stand by Millard South.
Dylan Cool making another awesome play on this season.
And that one just didn't have a chance. Couple guys got their hand up. Really low kick. And this Patriots defense with a huge stop. And for the first time this game, this offense is going to have great field position right around the 44-yard line of Westside.
And they will, Wilson, with all the momentum on their side right now.
Offense takes the field. The running back is still Isaiah Traylor, the 3rd running back on this depth chart, replacing Gabe Pruka, who went down with an ankle injury earlier in this one. They're going to give it off to him. Trying to find a hole to run. He's going to work his way for a gain of about 2. And this O-line for Millard South has kind of struggled today, creating some holes for the running back. But Isaiah Traylor did a good job there. You know, got hit right at the line of scrimmage and inched his way forward for 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Chismala takes a snap, looking over to his left-hand side. Pressure coming. He got hit while he threw it. Almost picked off by Trevor Spady there in the flat. Lucky it wasn't. That was Bo Ryan who applied the pressure. One of the best linebackers on all of Class A. A man down for Millard South. Looks like an ankle injury. I believe that's Kendrick Mason on the O-line. We're going to take a quick break with him. And that was Kendrick Mason who went down, putting no pressure on, looks like, that ankle. And they're hoping he's all right. This O-line has had a couple injuries the last couple weeks. Far from a healthy Millard South team. But they're hoping their depth stands up. Back to this one. 3rd down and 8 for Millard South. Needs a conversion with great field position. Westside trying to force a 3 and out. Steps in Molly. He's looking to his left-hand side to pass. Has all day in the pocket. Has nothing. Now he's going to scramble his right-hand side. Still has nothing. Throws it to nobody. And Westside's going to force a 3 and out. This secondary has come up a clutch for Westside. Amara Injection being shut down so far. And Jet just did a good job to get that ball away. Keep it in bounds. It's going to be a 4th and 8. And Ben Manischetti back to punt for the 3rd time already in this one.
The offensive line giving Jet Tamala no favors there once again on that drive.
Now we saw Will Bowerly pin Millard South inside their 5 earlier. Let's see if Ben can do right now. Low punt. It's going to take a favorable Millard South bounce. Caleb Benning's going to pick it up. And Millard South all over that one. And Caleb Benning thought he wasn't down, but they call it dead after all, right around the 20-yard line, and that's where the offense is going to set up shop in hopes to go and score another touchdown. And Westside, I mean, they've been doing it all season long, blowing at teams left and right. Millard South doing a good job staying in this one, but sooner or later, you got to have points on the board yourself. We'll take a quick break. Or excuse me, nope, we're going to stay right here on Millard South Media here for this drive. 9 minutes left to go here in the first half. Again, thank you to everybody tuning in on this one. Again, I'm Wilson Damon for just joining us, along with Mason Steinhoff in the booth. Heavy set here for Westside. Anthony Rizak in at quarterback, done a great job so far. He takes a snap, gives off to his running back, Jamez Ross. Patient, but Millard South stuffs that one. Looks like that was Caden Olin with the tackle. Jamez Ross trying to bounce it outside like he normally does. Hasn't played a defensive line this good all year long, and they made a great play on him. Now, if I'm Westside, I go back to the passing attack. They've done a great job carving up this secondary. Why not? Motion pre-snap by Spady. Rizak takes the snap. Gives up to Ross again. No, he keeps himself inside the middle. Fights for a couple extra yards, and that's going to be a gain of around 8. They're going to mark him down at the 29-yard line for a 3rd and 2. And those zone reads are going to kill you. Westside trying to go quick here in the 3rd and 2. They're still trying to get situated. And they forced a jump on the hard count. Beautiful execution by the Warriors. That's why you have it. Easy first down, and you got to be shaking yourself if you're the Patriots. It looks like that was Adam Pugh who jumped. And Millard South, I mean, specifically in that Lincoln East game, had a lot of false starts, especially on the D-line, or excuse me, encroachments. Looking to cut that out right now. Rizak takes a snap, gives off to his running back Ross. Does a good job with forward momentum. That'll be a gain of about 2. Again, a couple extracurricular activities as we've seen all game long. Generous spot by the refs. So it looks like that'll end up being a gain of 4 for 2nd and 6. Eight minutes left to go here in the first half. Rizak takes a snap. Looks to his right-hand side. Gives it to Benning on a bullet pass for the first down. Just a quick out. I'll take that every day of the week. Nate Christensen in on the coverage there for the Patriots. Marked right at the 45. Patriots trying to get off the field, and Westside, with the way this offense has been working, they feel if they can get another touchdown on the scoreboard, it'll be hard for the Patriots to come back. Snap to Rizak. Gives it off to Ross. A great open field tackle there from Millard South. I think that was Caleb Panowitz who made the play. the backup safety, and he's been playing a lot today, more than usual. He just came up with a huge play, read that right away. 2nd and 8. Offense getting some signals from the sideline. Two receivers left. They give it off to Ross. Working his way. He's going to get the first down, but there's a flag on the field. And I think that one's going to come back. Harper Rutan in there on the tackle. Yep, Westside is just going back. It's going to be on them holding. Now, Mason, we've talked about it in our pregame coverage. You know, Westside doesn't have too many penalties, but when they do, you as Millard South, you need to take advantage of it.
For sure, especially against, we talk about this all the time, Westside, best team in the state. They've blown out everyone on their schedule. You really just have to capitalize on these.
And the fact that the score even is what it is right now is a great indictment of the team Millard South is. And you talked about Westside blew out everybody they played. Two Titans of Class A. Rezak takes a snap, play action, look to his right-hand side. Gets it off to Spady, or no, that was Christian Jones. And they're going to say that is out of bounds. Looked very close. Really good pass there from Rezak. Just Christian Jones could not get his feet down. Third down. Crowd getting into it here at Millard South. Patriots trying to get off the field. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Rezak takes a snap. Good time in the pocket. Setting up the play, now gives off to the flat, and that'll be way short. And a good stop by the defense. Millard South making a statement right now with only 7 points given up in the first half. And they're giving this offense a million opportunities to go down and score. Let's see what they can do here. Marion Jackson in there to return the punt. Again, him and Caleb Benning, two of the best in all of Class A. High snap, high punt.
Floater.
It's going to take a Millard South friendly bounce. They're going to spot it right around the 40-yard line. So, again, good position for Millard South to formulate a drive. And we're going to take a break while they get on the field. And welcome back to this one. 7-0 ball game. This game has lived up to these expectations. Defensive showdown so far. Isaiah Traylor takes the rush, and the Westside defense all over it, as they have been all game long. And I can't help but think as this game progresses that in order for Millard South to get into this one offensively, you got to start throwing the football. Trust your receivers. Marion Jackson has been held silent for almost all of this one. And you need another guy to show up. And Isaac Jensen, I mean, you don't see too many 6'5 receivers built like him. Dom Duggan, another 6'4 target. Perhaps even a Ben Manischetti could get going on that wide receiver core. Trips to the near side. Takes a snap. Looking to his right-hand side. Now rolls to his left. Has room to run. He's going to juke a man. Finding his way for that first down marker. He's going to be quite a bit short. And that's going to set up, let's call it a 3rd down and 4.
A rare thing to see from Tamala there, using his legs, which he doesn't do often. But when you got to use them, you got to use them.
I mean, just great awareness. He realized nothing's there. He had no choice. He runs for a couple extra yards. And, again, I talked about it. When he chooses to run, he has some wheels behind him, man. This is not your traditional pocket passer. 3rd down and 4 here for Millard South. Tamala takes a snap. Look at his left-hand side. Quick comeback route, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Patriots. And that's Isaac Jensen. We just talked about him there with the catch. First down for Millard South, and I think this is the first time the Patriots have been in Westside territory all game long. They've got to convert. Trips to the near side. Jetjamal in at quarterback. They give the snap to him. Rush over to Isaiah Traylor. He's bottled up once again. I mean, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here a little bit, but this Westside offensive line, they have been impressive against what we thought was the best O-line in all of Class A.
Yeah, just getting stuck by his offensive line. Offensive line struggling to create a push this game.
That's going to set up a 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line of Millard South. Tamala takes the snap. Play action. Look at his left-hand side. Pressure coming. Gives it off to the flat. Finds a receiver. Breaks a tackle. He's going to go out of bounds. That's Delon Jones. He'll be down right around the marker. They're going to give him a first down. And nope, looks like they ended up keeping it a little bit short. That's going to be 2nd and inches, 3rd and inches. And nope, they'll end up moving the change. So first down and 10 for Millard South, driving inside Westside territory. Close ball game here at Buell Stadium. And Millard South needs to get on the scoreboard in order to keep this one competitive. 3:30 left to go. 5 wide formation. Chitamala takes it, rolls to his right, pitches it off to his running back Traylor. Tries to make a man miss. He's bottled up for a loss of yards. And it seems like every time Millard South tries to run the football, Mason, nothing has been going their way.
Yeah, Westside's there every time. Sniffing this Patriots offense out.
All right, we've talked about how good the secondary is for the Warriors, but really the stars of this game so far has been that D-line and been that linebacker core led by Bo Ryan, led by Christian Jones. I mean, it feels like we haven't even called Teddy Rizek's name. 2nd down and long. Trips to the near side. Jetjamal takes a snap, looking over to his left, has nothing. Forces that one in there to Isaac Jensen. Looks like it hit the ground. They're going to call it a catch, though. Good job by Isaac Jensen to get his hands under that one. Kind of a low ball. And Jet Tamala just led his receiver right to it. 2:30 left to go. This is when you got to start thinking about the clock if you're Millard South. But you're also trying to convert this huge 3rd down and 5. You're not exactly in field goal position. And we know Ty Wisdom, he loves to go for it. 10 seconds left to go here in the play clock. Millard South has got to get the play off. 5 wide. Motion pre-snap. Jetjamal looking to his right-hand side to pass. Has nothing. Now he forces in there Isaac Jensen. And that one's picked off for Westside. Read that one perfectly. That one's number 25. Teddy Rizek. My goodness. I mean, he read that right away. And Jetjamal, another costly error right when he couldn't afford it in Westside territory. That's a huge stand by the Warriors.
A really iffy, really bad throw by Tamala there.
And it feels like he's been trying to force those in all game long. He can't do that in a game of this magnitude. And this Westside defense has showed up with under 2 minutes left to go. I mean, Millard South gave him a lot of time to go down and get some more points on the scoreboard. Let's see if they do just that.
Westside taking what they're being given.
Millard South trying to get off the field. I think they'd be fine going to halftime like this, 7-0.
Millard South defense has played good enough so far.
Rizek takes a snap, gives off to running back Ross. Trying to bounce to the outside, makes a man miss, still on his feet. Now the 30, 35, 40. And he'll go to bounce at the 45-yard line. Jamez Ross with a great play on the ground. Made a man miss, juked one out. He's off to the races. That'll be at the 44-yard line of Westside. You'll see him start to go tempo here under 2 minutes. Bend, don't break if you're the Millard South defense. Snap to Rizek. Gives off to Ross again. Going to the outside, trying to find something. He'll fight for some extra yards, but Dylan Cool makes a great play on him. They're going to mark him at the 50-yard line. Clock continuing to roll. Westside still has all 3 of their timeouts. Millard South only has 1. Trips to the near side. 1 receiver to the far. Rezak takes a snap. Gives off to his running back, Ross, once again. And that'll be a gain of, looks like 1. That'll set up a 3rd down and 3. And Westside is going to take a timeout to talk about it. A man is also down. And that'll be a Westside defender. Should be trying to see who that is, but we're going to take a break and we'll get back to you. Check out the Corner Kick, Millard's best sports bar, located just down the street at 138th and P. It offers Omaha's best fajitas, phenomenal street tacos, and a private party room. Locally owned by Millard residents who proudly support Millard South Athletics. Next time you want excellent food at a great price, visit the Corner Kick at 138th and P. And next up, Erickson Cedarstrom, providing you 55 years of legal excellence. Please contact them over at Erickson Cedarstrom for anything law. Now back to this one. 3rd down and 3, crowd getting into it. Under 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. Rezak takes a snap. Looking to pass. Looking to his right-hand side. High football. And he comes down with the catch. That's Caleb Benning. High pointed that. Tough catch. Now was Nate Christensen in on the coverage. And, man, I mean, you can't do that any better. Under 50 seconds. Clock is rolling. Westside with still 2 timeouts. Rezak takes a snap. Looking to his left-hand side to pass. Forces in there, Trevor Spade. He has room to run at the 20, the 15, the 10, and he'll be drugged down around the 6-yard line. There was nobody in between 5 yards of him, and he makes them pay. And Millard South is going to signal for a timeout. 34 seconds left to go here in the first half, and that was just a lapse by the Patriots defense.
Trevor Spady, a player on this team that makes every play count when the football is in his hands, and he can be reliable down in the red zone like we're seeing now. And they just left him. He was nowhere near him.
And I've been I've been waiting for him to get open all game long. He's a guy they love to get to in the flat or just in a quick curl route. They got it to him. And now, with 34 seconds left to go, the Westside Warriors are inside the 10-yard line. Plenty of time to go in and score another touchdown at Millard South. I mean, you just got to get out the field, make a couple plays. And this is where you got to have somebody in that secondary step up and make a play, whether that's a Javante Walker, a DeLon Jones, a Nate Christensen perhaps. Make a play, read a route, jump a ball, and maybe potentially even get an interception and force this game to go 7-0 into halftime. Regaining the field after a Millard South timeout. The ball is marked at the 8-yard line. Would not be surprised if we saw Westside keep it with the run game. Jamez Ross has done a great job so far, and Anthony Rezak. I would not be surprised if we all saw zone read for him right here. Trips to the near side, 1 receiver to the far. Rezak takes a snap. Looking to throw, looks to his right-hand side, pump fakes. Now gets it to Caleb Benning. High ball. Good coverage by Nate Christensen. He's done a good job against Caleb Benning all game long. Really good ball there by Rezak. So that's going to force a 2nd down and goal, again, once again at the 8-yard line. Plenty of time for Westside. South trying to force a stop. Same formation for the Warriors. Rezak takes a snap. Look at his left-hand side now. Force into Spady. He just drops it. I mean, that's just the classic case of, your eyes were ahead of you. He's looking towards the end zone. He dropped it, and he had room to run to. He would have walked into the end zone. And now Millard South with 2, huge stops sets up a 3rd down and 8 inside the 10.
Millard South's defense really lucky. Looking to stay strong.
Timeout on the field. And we're going to keep it right here on Millard South Media. So let's set the stage for you right now if you're just joining the broadcast. Millard South gets the ball to start off the ball game, and Jet Tamal throws a pick on one of his opening plays. Westside goes down and scores on their first possession, and there's been nothing since that. Both teams doing a great job defensively. And although Millard South is down in this ball game, people I've been talking all week long about how Westside was going to come in here and roll. They've been doing it to every team so far, and Millard South is showing you right now that they're one of the best teams, that they are the second best team in Class A, if not the first best team in Class A. Well, that'll be decided by the end of this one. And Westside just trying to punch it in. They want to go into halftime with a 2-possession lead, and Millard South needs to stop that any way possible. 3rd down and 8. I would not expect a running play here from Westside, at least not something planned. Force Rezak out of the pocket if you're the Patriots. And if you're Westside, I would go back to your tight end, Trevor Spady. He's been open all this time. Let's see what they got. Rezak looking to his left-hand side of pass. Now he gives off to Benning. Nope, he keeps himself. Trying to run. Millard South all over it. Fighting for some extra yardage, and they're going to get him down at the 6-yard line. My goodness, what a stop. Jamison Rayner in there on the tackle. And now you have decision time with 16 seconds left to go. Another timeout on the field. Now, Mason, what do you do if you're the Westside Warriors? Do you kick this field goal, or you stay aggressive and try to get the touchdown?
I think if it's this close, knowing Westside, I wouldn't be surprised if they went for it here. But me personally, I would take the points going to the half feeling somewhat decent.
Yeah, I think I would too, especially with the way this ballgame has been going. Your defense have played great. I know Westside, they like to stay aggressive. They like to fill the points up on the scoreboard, but at this point, you just can't go to that. Take what you have. It's a chip and field goal. The only downside of that is that your last field goal did get blocked. But looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. Or nope, excuse me. Yep, they ended up bringing on the kicking unit. So this is going to be a very short field goal. One of 23 yards. Millard South trying to get their hands up. Got to watch out for a fake just in case. Here we go. Or Bauerlein, a kicker. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good for Westside. Their lead is extended 10-0 here at Buell Stadium. And now with 12 seconds left to go, Millard South is going to get the ball back. And I would not be surprised if they just need this football down and go to half like this. We'll take a very quick break here on Millard South Media. And welcome back to this one. 10-0 ball game. Westside in control. But Millard South doing a good job sticking in this one. Westside will get the ball to start off the second half. Let's see the approach the Patriots take. They have been the type to be aggressive with any time left on the clock. They still have one timeout left. So maybe you can see something, but honestly, if they were smart, I think they just need, especially with the way Jet Tamal has been throwing interceptions so far, already 2 in this one. Kickoff here. It's a squib kick. Takes a really friendly Westside bounce, and they're going to mark that at the 15-yard line. Now I think you have no choice, if you're the Patriots, just to knee it and go to halftime like this. The story of this half has been the Westside defense, particularly the D-line, absolutely shutting down the Millard South running attack. But really, it's been a defensive showdown for both teams. Only 10 points in the first half. Who had that one on their bingo card? Millard South taking a little bit longer in the huddle. Let's see what they got here. Crowded around the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're just going to knee it with 10 seconds left to go here in the first half. Snap to Tamala. They're going to get off to the running back. They'll get nothing, and I think they're going to go to halftime just like that. Questionable play call to run it. Barring any unforeseen fumble, but works out for them. And that's the score, guys. 10-0. Westside up in the Class A showdown. I mean, this game has been everything that we've expected and more. Defensive showdown, both teams finding it out, and both teams are very much in it going into the second half. We're going to take a quick break with you, and we'll be here for the halftime show. Don't go away. We'll be joined with a special Westside guest. And welcome into the halftime show, and I have a special guest joining me up in the booth, Ryan Kelly, the play-by-play man for Westside, the man behind all the action of the Warriors football. I mean, Ryan, what are you seeing out there so far, and welcome up.
Well, thank you for having me. First of all, it's a very frigid night outside. I mean, I've been outside. My hands, I can't feel them. I was writing with my Apple Pencil, and it was very hard to write, but this game has just been very slow, but a big defensive battle. Westside had 2 big interceptions in that first half that really led to a lot of success in this game, and that blocked field goal kick there from Millard South, that was very key to them to this game, and they really just took advantage of that. But again, just slow game overall this evening.
Yeah, definitely a defensive showdown. We'll go back to this game, but let's go to some of the other action going around Class A, and let's look at the graphic for the rankings. Of course, you have Westside and Millard South there at the top, but Omaha North now at 3 with Millard West losing last week. I mean, what jumps out to you here? Bell West at that 6. They're a team. They get Isaiah Morris back. They've been tough recently. I mean, a lot of things going on.
Yeah, I mean, Class A, there's just been a lot happening. Westside last week took down Kearney, just an absolute showdown. And, last week Millard South kind of struggling against Columbus, but Class A has been just a great time for football this year.
And Elkhorn South, of course, their only loss coming to Millard South. They're now at the 4 slot, so really deep Class A this year, but the 2 teams at the top have been the best by far. Now going on to our projected playoffs. Get that graphic on the screen here shortly. And there it is. So Westside there, of course, at number 1, Millard South at number 2. Gretna sitting at number 8. Bell West, that's a great matchup. I mean, Ryan, what do you see here? What's a good matchup? This is if the regular season were to end right now, this is what it would be. What do you see?
Gosh, well, obviously I love Westside Creighton Prep. We had them in the beginning of the season, absolute kind of blowout for Westside, but again, it's always fun to have the rivalry. Gretna, Bellevue West, as you said, that's going to be a great matchup as well, and Kearney and Papio South as well. That one just stands out to me as well, and those are on the left side there of the bracket. That's going to be just some great games to see as in 2 weeks here as we go into playoff time.
So I'm going to go first, and then I'll go to you. And what is one sleeper team that you think could make some action going into this playoffs? I'm going to start off. I have Grand Island. This is a team that you do not want to go on the road to. They're projected to be the 14th seed, so they're going to be on the road themselves almost all of the playoffs. But they're a team that gave Kearney a shock a couple weeks ago. I really think that they can make a run if needed. What about you?
Gosh, you kind of took the words out of my mouth. Grand Island, again, that they can travel. Being in the Tri-City area, they're traveling all around, but another team, Kearney, again, in that kind of Tri-City area, they travel around a lot. Westside, they really just Westside just really dominated that game, 56-0. But Kearney has some potential here to move on to round 2 in the playoffs and, play Millard West or Millard North. So give me Kearney or Grand Island.
Yeah, and then another good matchup there, Gretna and Bellevue West. I mean, if that stays as is, that's a great ball game. So let's go back to this game. Westside has the lead 10-0 at half. And we've talked about it a little bit already, a defensive showdown. Teddy Rizak with a clutch pick. They're blocked field goal by Millard South. So both teams really been into it, been a close ball game. Everything we've expected so far, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, I was not expecting any blowout whatsoever. If you were to ask me at the beginning of this game, is Westside going to blow them out just like last week at Kearney? I was saying no. And Millard South, another dominant team in Class A. They worked their way from the number 5 slot to the number 2 slot at the beginning of the season. So this team, I really like this Millard South team. They're really putting a lot of pressure. That D-line is putting a lot of pressure on Westside. It's making Anthony just have to think, and it's really just slowing down this offense.
So I'm going to ask you this. What do you think Westside needs to do in order to get the win here in the second half? And then I'll give my take on what Millard South needs to do.
Westside, they just got to keep their heads down and keep fighting. You're up 10-0 right now. You're on top. You just want to stay on top. So they got on top. They want to stay on top, and just keep working that clock because you're up right now, and it's a cold night outside. I mean the ball is slippery tonight because you can barely feel your fingers out there. But how about you from Millard South?
So it's very important. You got to get a stop on the first possession. Westside gets the ball to start the second half. Get off the field early, even force a 3-and-out, and then Jet Tamal has got to feel more comfortable in the pocket. The defensive line of Westside has done a great job so far. Amarian Jackson has done nothing on the receiving game. The Westside secondary is as good as advertised. They've shut him down, so really get those passing routes open. The running game, I don't think they're got to go back to that. They've been shutting them down. Gabe Pruka not looking to come back in this one after an ankle injury early, so Millard South really got to get the passing game going. Honestly, defensively, keep doing what you're doing. You're forcing some big plays, taking advantage of penalties by Westside. That'll be good enough to win this ball game, but you need to put some points on the scoreboard if you're Millard South.
Talking about penalties, this game, there's been just lots of yellow on this field. It's been kind of back and forth for both teams, kind of a sloppy game out here tonight.
I wouldn't mind to see the refs let them play a little bit. I mean, it's chippy. These guys have been talking trash for, it seems like a month now, so let them play a little bit. But, yeah, you're going to see a couple flags in the second half as well. But that kind of wraps up halftime coverage. You got anything else to say, Ryan?
I'm all good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, but, it's been awesome. Ryan, again, everybody check him out there at Westside Television. Does a great job on the call for them. Again, thank you for joining us, and we will be right back with you here for second half coverage. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
And welcome into Millard South Media for the second half of the biggest game in Nebraska football of the entire year. Number 2 Millard South against number 1 Westside Warriors. And it's been a close defensive showdown. 10-0. And Westside set to receive, trying to pile on, maybe get this game out of reach for the Patriots. On the Millard South side of things, you need to force a 3 now. This defense has had some great times, and then they've had some bad times. So you got to force a 3 now. At least get off the field with no points given up and give your offense more opportunities to finally come through. Everybody getting set for the Patriots. The return men on the west side. Caleb Benning. Let's get this one going. Nathan Thompson to kick off for Millard South. It's a low squib kick. Westside trying to get out of the way. Picked it up by number 2, Kayshawn Shannon, trying to find room to run. And Millard South brings them down right around the 27-yard line. And there's going to be a flag after the play. Some extracurricular activity. I think this one's going to go on Millard South.
I think that was Jamison Rayner on the tackle, the junior. He has 35 tackles on the year. That include 2 tackles for losses. Looking to be a factor tonight.
Zebra's still deciding what this is about. I mean, in the instant replay, we didn't really see much up here in the booth. And they're going to call that one on west side. That's going to back them up a bit.
Millard South will definitely take that.
Crowd getting into it. And the Warriors offense takes the field. We're going to mark that around, let's see, the 14-yard line. Again, want to thank everybody who's joined this stream. It's been awesome to bring it to you. The game of the year. It's been every bit of that.
Westside trying to pick themselves out of this bad field position.
Now they're going to mark it at the 15. And let's get this one started. Rezak in at quarterback. Caleb Benning in motion. They give the snap to Rezak. Keeps himself on the zone read. Has room to run. Finding his way inside. Millard South corrals him. They're going to mark that at the 23-yard line. A gain of 8. That zone read has killed Millard South all game long. Takes it back at the last second. It has a room right up the middle.
Yeah, Westside's going to do that. They're gonna, when they have the opportunity to do that, they're going to take it every time. They're just going to do what works. They're not going to shy away from anything that works.
Gives off to Ross this time. Millard South trying to bring him down. They cannot. He's going to get a first down. Some action after the play, and Caleb Benning just, let's call it what it is up in the booth. That was a huge flop by Caleb Benning. But, I don't blame him for trying. There's been a lot of extracurricular activity so far in this one.
I mean, why not try to draw something,
Student section cam here. Pink out for Millard South, and they've been active all game long. And they've had a big impact on this one. Back to the ball game here. Rezak takes a snap. Gives off to Ross. And a gain of only about 2. Millard South needs to get off the field here. He can't let this game get out of control before the offense has anything to say about it.
That was Aiden Miller and Adam Pugh that wrapped him up there.
Westside taking their time. 15 seconds left to go here in the play clock. 2nd down and 10. Rezak commanding the O-line. Millard South showing pressure. They don't bring it. Rezak looking to his right-hand side. Now throws it up down the field to Caleb Benning. Great coverage. No flags on the field. And Nate Christensen has done a great job so far on Caleb Benning. There is a flag in the backfield. And I think they're going to bring this one back on Westside. Yep, holding on Westside. And now if you're Millard South, do you accept that or do you gamble with a 3rd down and 10? Yep, looks like they're going to accept it. So 2nd down and 20 will be what Westside takes. Millard South has done a good job when Westside has some of these penalties. Done a good job capitalizing on them and getting off the field. Let's see if they do it again here on 2nd down and 20 at the 17-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ross in the backfield for Westside. Rizik and at quarterback. Snap goes to him. Look to his left-hand side. Can't find anything. Now bullets it in there to Christian Jones. And that'll be a gain of roughly 5. That'll set up. They give him a little extra there on the spot. So that'll set up around a 3rd down and 12. So 2 yards less than what they originally were going to have if Millard South didn't accept that penalty. And now you got to get off the field here if you're the Patriots. Westside trying to answer back and convert for a 1st down. Here we go. 2 receivers left to the right. Rizek takes a snap. Looking over his shoulder, trying to find anybody. Now throws to the Benning. Nate Christensen in coverage and makes another great play. Holy cow. Nate Christensen, with one of the best games we've seen of a corner all year long for Millard South, has been shutting down Caleb Benning and makes another great play at the ball to force the punting crew to come on.
Yeah, the junior, we haven't heard a lot from him this season, but he's making a lot of noise tonight.
And he's done a good job of not getting his hands in on there. Caleb Benning has been trying to draw PI all game long, and Nate Christensen keep his hands down, and, not hand fighting, doing a great job. No return man back there for Millard South. Interesting look. I think they're expecting a punt. They're bringing pressure on the punt block. The punt gets off fine. Let's see if it takes a Westside bounce. It will not. So it'll be marked right around the 35-yard line. Millard South will take that. And they did exactly what they needed to do. Only a 2-minute drive for Westside. They get off the field, and it gives the offense a chance to succeed. We're going to get a quick break here on Millard South Media. And welcome back to this one. Millard South, first offensive drive here in the second half. Needs some points. Trips to the near side. Jamal takes a snap. Play action. Looking over his shoulder to the left-hand side. Now throws up to his receiver. And that was over his head. Pretty clean coverage there. That was President Okafor in on coverage. The Nebraska walk-on commit. And this secondary is very deep. They're making their presence felt. It's going to set up a 2nd down and 10 here at the 36-yard line. Going to been a defensive showdown, but Millard South has got to make this a one-possession game in order to have any hope. Snap it to Mala. High snap, looking over the shoulder to the right-hand side. Now throws in the flat, and that's almost picked off. Risky pass through it right to Christian Zones. Man, oh man, that's the 4th time this game that Jet Tamala almost threw a pick. And it almost, again, you're lucky that one hit the deck.
Yeah, Christian Jones, one of the top linebackers nationally for the 2025 class, is offers from Nebraska and powerhouse teams like Notre Dame and Oklahoma.
And really quick, I mean, Jet Tamala is only a sophomore quarterback, but sometimes you got to teach those guys, sometimes it's just better to throw that ball away than to put it back in coverage and potentially have a pick like that. That's going to set up a 3rd down and 10. Trips to the near side for Tamala. One to the near. One to the far. Tamala takes a snap. Looking to his right-hand side. Trying to find anybody. Pressure coming. Gets off to Amarion Jackson for the 1st down. Great job from Amarion Jackson to barely find room in coverage. And Jet Tamala found him. Threw it on a rope to his top receiver. First down.
Came up clutch there, making a play that they needed.
Trips to the near side once again for Millard South. They get off to the running back, Isaiah Traylor, and he has no room to run as he hasn't all game long. Be a gain of about nothing for 2nd down and 10. There's a flag on the field. We'll see what this is all about.
I think this might be a sideline warning on Millard South. Or a penalty on the coach. I don't know.
That is going to go on Millard South. Again, we'll see what the Zebras are talking about here. Again, one of those unforced errors that you cannot afford. Yep, it'll go on Millard South. Looks like a holding penalty.
Yeah.
So that'll set up a 2nd down and 20. And nope, like you said, that was actually a sideline interference.
Yeah, the ref on our near side threw it.
Both teams kind of confused but corralling themselves. So this will end up being a 3rd down and 24 as it says on the score clock. Jamal takes a snap, looks over to his right-hand side, pressure coming, just slings it down the field. Chippy coverage. They want a flag. They're not going to get it.
Millard South fans furious right now.
I mean, a lot of hand fighting there. I think that was a good no call. Wasn't a catchable football. And I think the scoreboard was wrong, so that is going to set up a 3rd down and 24 right now. And if I'm Millard South, I mean, you just got killed with that sideline interference. It might be time to just, run a draw play. You haven't seen too many of these screen passes that Millard South does all year long. Might got to go to that, get some extra yards, and just punt this ball away. You don't want to have another pick. 3rd down and 24. Trips to the near side. Jamal takes a snap, looking over his right-hand side. Pressure coming. Rolls to his left. He's going to take this one himself. Out the 40. And he'll get out of bounds right around the 45-yard line. And now this is an obvious punting situation if you're Millard South. With still 15 yards to gain. Coach Wisdom is yet to bring on the punting unit. The offense is staying out there. I mean, this would be a risky decision. But we know Coach Wisdom has been prone to go for it in these types of situations, and it looks like he will. 4th down and 13. The offense stays on the field trying to get some type of solution.
Down 10 points. They got to make something happen.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Jetmala takes a snap, and he's just going to do a pooch kick. That's going to take a nice Millard South roll inside the 10. Will it go in the end zone? No, it is down at the 1-yard line. Incredible punt by the quarterback, Jetmala.
An incredible job by fielding it, DeLon Jones.
That is how you script it. And Westside, it will be coffin cornered. My goodness, great job, great execution. And that's where we will resume when we come back here on Millard South Media. And welcome back to this one. Westside at the 2-yard line after a great pooch kick by the quarterback of Millard South. Now Millard South trying to drive him back. They hand it off to the running back. He'll work for a couple yards. That's Shemez Ross. He's done a great job so far. You have not seen their secondary back, Brody Gock, who sometimes get in there, that more of their power running back, has yet to have a carry in this one. But Shemez Ross has done a great job. That'll set up a 2nd and 7. Rizak takes a snap. Gives it back to Ross himself. Nope, he keeps it himself on the zone read. He'll fight for the 1st down and more.
And once more, that's working again.
That zone read has killed Millard South. And Anthony Rizak, just a great quarterback, very smart. When he sees a hole, he pulls it back and goes for it. 1st down and 10 at the 16-yard line of Millard South. Westside gets out of their own end zone and has some more room to work. Heavy set with 2 receivers to the near side. Rizak takes a snap. Pulls it back himself on the read option, and this time Millard South was all over it. Fool me once, shame on you. And they did not get fooled the 2nd time.
That was Harper Rutan, the junior, on the tackle.
Harper Rutan has had a couple huge games for Millard South. They really like that junior duo on that D-line, Harper Rutan and Adam Pugh. And they feel really good about them replacing Aiden Miller and J.R. Laquana, 2 of the better defensive linemen in all of Class A when they're gone next year.
Harper Rutan, a 2-way lineman.
2nd down and 12 for Westside. Same formation. Rizak takes a snap, looking to pass, looks to his left-hand side. Quick out route to Caleb Bennett, caught. Trying to make a move. He will not. He'll get corralled. Ball comes out. Westside trying to get under it, and they do. But the refs are going to say he was down by contact beforehand. He's short of the first down marker.
And if that was indeed a fumble, Westside would have ended up gaining yardage from that.
You know, Westside has done a great job today. When they need about 10 yards, they'll just go to that little out route, and they'll get 10 yards easily. You know, something that Millard South has got to stop. But now you have a third down and short. Heavy set would not be surprised if they keep it with their quarterback on his own read. They do, in fact. And Millard South is all over it, pushing him back. He will not get there. It's depending on the spot, but yep, they will spot him a yard short. Called it up here in the booth. They keep it with the quarterback run. And now decision time if you're Westside. Do you keep the offense on there? And they will not. The punting crew will come on the field. Good stop there by the defense of Millard South. And now it's now or never. The offense has got to get going for the Patriots in order to make this one a ball game. Marion Jackson back to return. Let's see if he finally gets an opportunity to make something happen. A lot of these punts have been low driving. Good snap to the kicker. And it'll be fair caught. No problem, right around the 43-yard line. So great field position again for Millard South as Jet Tamala regains the field, hoping to put some points on the scoreboard for the Patriots. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you here on Millard South Media. And welcome back to this one. Millard South with great field position to start off this drive. Again, defensive showdown. This Westside offense has been shut down. Isaiah Trailer to run. Again, nothing so far. It feels like he has barely had any room to run. Westside says the ball's out. Are they going to say he was down by contact? They're having trouble with it, and yep. Looks like they're going to say Westside got it on a fumble. Look at the instant replay up in the booth. I thought he was down. I mean, just a disaster from Millard South. There is no instant replay until the playoffs, so that is set in stone. Westside will get the ball inside their own territory. Oh, man. I mean, that's a killer. That's a killer mistake for the Patriots. You're down to your third-string running back. It's bound to happen. I don't know, man. There's nothing much we can say here as commentators.
Yeah, and they had to get something going on that drive, and call by the officials ended up being costly for them.
6 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. This Millard South defense has been great so far, along with this Westside offense. Westside trying to put the final touches on this one and put this game out of reach. Rizak with a little screen pass over to number 10, and that is shut down. Dylan Cool read that one like a book.
Dylan Cool, an absolute stud on both sides of the ball.
And that's the type of emphasis that you need here in Millard South to kind of get the troops rallied up, get them hyped up, get some confidence flowing. Second and 12.
Dylan Cool really helping out in unique ways this season.
Rizak takes a snap, looking to throw, looks to his left-hand side, has nothing, has plenty of time. Now finds a wide-open man, Trevor Spady for the first down and more, and he'll be pushed out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Excuse me, looks like that'll be marked at the 29. But Trevor Spady, I mean, he was wide open. You got to have some pressure there if you're Millard South. Aiden Miller jogs off the field. He's pretty disappointed in himself. Looks like he's banged up. He got banged up against Columbus. He is not happy. That's one of Millard South's best defensive linemen. Rizak takes a snap. He's going to take it himself on a design run. And Millard South sniffs that one out. Adam Pugh in there on the tackle. And Adam Pugh, just one of the many players that have a bright future in this Millard South program. Only a junior, and he's made his emphasis felt this year, moving inside defensive tackle with a great play right there. Two receivers to the left, to the right. Jamez Ross in the backfield. Rizak takes a snap. Gives it off to his running back. Nope, he keeps it himself. Rizak makes a couple of guys miss. He's fighting for that first down marker. And I think he's going to be a little bit short for the third down in inches. If you're Millard South, just find a way to get off the field right now. Only force a field goal and keep it a two-possession game. Now there's other side of things. If you're Westside, keep running this football. You've been doing it at will. Jamez Ross, keep it into his hands, and Anthony Rezak has been torching him with his legs. 3rd down and short. Snap to Rezak, gives it to Ross. Fighting for that marker. It's close. I think they're going to give it to him on the 1st down. Refs getting in there to mark it. Good effort by both sides. Yep, they're going to give it a 1st down for Westside. Ten to 0, still a score here at Buell Stadium. North South trying to get off the field. Westside trying to continue their lead. Trips to the near side, one to the far. Rezik in at quarterback. He takes a snap. Gives it off to Keenan Cotton and a screen pass. Stays alive out the 5 in for a touchdown. He taunts a Millard South defender. Great job by Keenan Cotton to stay on his feet and score the touchdown. Wow.
A player that transferred in from Papillion La Vista last year to Westside. Really good play to stay on his feet there. Athletic.
And Millard South did a good job reading that. It's just a better play by the wideout. And he extends this lead 16-0. Now this extra point is important. It's a matter of a two or three possession game. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Westside extends their lead 17-0 here at Buell Stadium. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with this ball game. And welcome back to this one. Westside with the first touchdown of the second half. Keenan Kahn makes a great play on the screen pass to walk in for a Warrior touchdown. And now 3-possession game. Millard South has no choice but to go down and put points on the scoreboard in order to keep this one in the ball game. Will Bowerly with the kickoff. It's a squib kick. Take a nice roll for Westside. Recovered by DeLon Jones. Excuse me, that's Amarian Jackson. He has room to run. Breaks to the outside. Spins. Makes a great play, and he'll be down at the 35-yard line. We've been waiting for Amarian Jackson to have a nice return, and that'll do. Giving his offense pretty good field position to start off this drive and go down. And, Mason, what did they need to do in order to get a touchdown? They have yet to score any points in this ballgame.
The offensive line has got to play better. They play good all year, but this defensive line is just too much for Millard South here tonight.
5-wide formation here for Damala. High snap. Look at his left-hand side. Gets it to his receiver, Isaac Jensen. A little bit low, but they're going to call that a catch for a gain of 5. And, Millard South has done a really good job when they have those short catches to get them to be complete, but Jetamala needs to put those in more of a catchable position for the receivers to make a couple yards after the catch, like we've seen from Rezak and Caleb Benning today specifically. 5-wide formation again. Jetamala back to pass. Makes a move in the pocket. Has plenty of time. Now throws it up to Marion Jackson. Marion Jackson catches it, but that's going to be out of bounds. And they're going to call that inbounds. Oh, my goodness. Marion Jackson with a great catch to drag one of the feet inbounds. The line judge had it immediately. And that's the chunk play we've been waiting for the Patriots to have. Five wide again here for Millard South, now inside the 30-yard line. You can see the first down on the field here. Only 3 first downs for Millard South. Now had a big one there. Jetamala Looking back to throw. It's plenty of time. High points it to Amarion Jackson. That's going to be another first down. A little bit of a high ball, but Amarion Jackson, he covers it up, and man, he's been great so far.
Millard South just driving down the field with ease right now.
Now inside the red zone. First down and 10 at the 15-yard line. 5 wide. Jet Tamala looking to throw. Right-hand side. Now he's going to take it himself. Design run. Has plenty of room to run, but he'll just go down at the 10-yard line. That's will be a gain of about 5. Took a play out of Westside's playbook there, and it worked to perfection, Mason. Second down and 5. Millard South has got to go down and score a touchdown on this possession. 5 wide. They have, not even tried to hide it. They're going to pass this football on him. Another patch. Etamal looking over his shoulder to throw to the left-hand side. Pump fakes. Now rolling to his right. Has room to run if he chooses to do so. Jukes a man, and he gets down for a sack. Was trying to lead Amarion Jackson open, but ends up taking a sack. Only a loss of only 2. So you'll take that. But it's one of those things where, as a young quarterback, sometimes you just got to throw it away, especially when there's nothing there. That was Jonathan Hirado in there on the sack. Now this sets up a big third down for Millard South. 3rd down and 9.
Empty backfield.
Got to convert this. Trips to the far side, 2 to the near. Jetamal takes a snap. Look to his left-hand side. Plenty of time. Now there is pressure. Bullets it in there to Amarion Jackson. Looked like it hit the ground.
I think that he
and they're going to call that a catch. Wow. And Amarion Jackson comes up clutch again, but he is just short of the line to gain. 4th down and 1. And what do you do here? You have not run the ball very well all game long. I wouldn't trust it right now in this situation. I would like, honestly, a design run by Jet Tamala.
I think that's the way to go.
4th down and 1 at the 5-yard line. Trips to the near side. Getting some, calls from the sideline. Huge play in this ball game for Millard South. And they're just going to take a timeout, talk about it. That's the right decision. You don't want to be confused. Make sure you have the best play call possible.
Young quarterback having trouble understanding the call there.
We'll keep it right here on Millard South Media. I mean, this is just huge for the Patriots. There's also a guy down. Man, you just got to have this. Real quick, let's go to our sponsors here on Millard South Media, starting off with Erickson Cedarstrom, providing you 55 years of legal excellence. Please contact them over at Erickson Cedarstrom, specifically Dan Dittman. And now going to Corner Kick. Check out the Corner Kick, Millard's best sports bar, located just down the street, 138th and P. It offers Omaha's best fajitas, phenomenal street tacos, and a private party room. Locally owned by Millard residents who proudly support Millard South Athletics. Next time you want excellent food at a great price, visit the Corner Kick at 138th and P. And we'll take a quick break. Welcome back to this one. Under center, here's Jet Tamala. He's going to roll a pass, finds a man wide open. That's still a goal, and he's in for the touchdown. Great play call from Millard South on the play action, and Dylan Cool was wide open for the first score of the game for the Patriots. And this is still a ball game here at Buell Stadium.
Great play call for the quarterback to just drop back there, roll out. Wide open touchdown.
Now, this is why you hired Ty Wisdom. He came here 2 years ago from Arizona, came back to Omaha, Nebraska to coach for Millard South. It's offensive excellence like that. Beautiful play call, beautiful execution. And Millard South is on the scoreboard. PT is up, and it is good. Millard South cuts the lead 17-7, but Westside still commands this one. Millard South, they're not going away anytime soon. We'll take a quick break with you here. 17-7 here on Millard South Media. And welcome back to this one. Millard South goes down and finally gets some points on the scoreboard. Now a 10-point game. 17-7, and Nathan Thompson has to kick this one off to the Warriors. Caleb Benning and Kayvon Shannon to return.
Let's see if Westside responds.
It's a high pooch kick by Thompson. They're just going to fair catch that at the 20-yard line. Christian Jones got under it. And that is where Anthony Rezak and the offense will set up shop. And let's go to our upcoming broadcast here on Millard South Media. We have football against Lincoln High next weekend on Friday. Don't want to miss out on that one. Going to be a huge game on the last regular season stream of the year. And then we have playoff action here at Buell Stadium. First round here on Millard South Media and the second round. So you don't want to go away for that one. Back to the ball game. 12 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Would not be surprised. We just had one running play and go to the fourth just like it is right now. Jamaz Rouse in the backfield. Trevor Spady motions to the right-hand side. They give it off to Ross. No, they keep it Rezak. Nope, they end up giving it to Ross. And that's going to be a face mask, no doubt about it, by Dylan Cool. I mean, that's basic. That's textbook right there. Dragged him down.
Right in front of the ref. They're going to call that every day of the week.
Yep. Just on instant replay up in the booth. That's textbook. And it looks like, wow, they didn't call it. They called a holding on Westside.
Well, that for sure looked like a face
Wow.
mask.
I mean, not only are they not calling the face mask, it's going to go on Westside. That's going to back them up 10 yards. So, that's a wild, wild call. The Millard South Patriots, they're going to take that every day of the week, looking to come back in this one.
Millard South must have grabbed him by the jersey. We didn't see that.
And you could see Dylan Cool arguing his case immediately. He knew he was in the right. So that's going to set up a first down and 20 with 8 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Clock begins to run, and they'll just go to the fourth quarter like that. 17-7 here on Millard South Media. Do not go away. We have a great finish in store. And we have Throne Cam on the screen here between the third and fourth quarter. That's our leader, athletics director Steve Throne. He's taking it in. And welcome back to this one. Nice fourth quarter show here at Buell Stadium. One of the new additions with the press box.
Always love to hear a little Michael Jackson.
Oh, for sure. It pumps up the crowd. But let's get back to this one. Close ball game. It's been everything we've anticipated and more. First and 20 for this Westside offense after a holding penalty. Rezak takes the snap, looking to his left-hand side to pass. Bullets it in there to his receiver for a gain of about 9. And that's Caleb Benning, who's been open, it feels like, all game long.
Yeah, Caleb Benning, obviously a player that's considered to be the best of the best in the state. You know, he's had 1 receiving touchdown in at least 5 of 7 games played this year.
So 2nd down and 12. Millard South needs to get off the field coming off that penalty. Rizak looking at his left-hand side to pass. Finds it, Benning again, but that'll hit the deck. Good job by the defenders of Millard South to get a hand on that ball. Dylan Cool in on the action along with Caleb Panowitz. And now a 3rd down and 12. Non-negotiable. Got to get off the field here if you're Millard South and Westside. This would be huge. If you were to convert this, gain a lot of momentum. Crowd get into it. Caleb Benning goes off the field. That's key. I wonder why that is. Student section getting loud. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Jamez Ross in the backfield. Anthony Rizak takes a snap. Looking to pass over his right-hand shoulder. And that's beyond his target, number 25. Almost picked off, it looked like, by the safety.
A 4th down stop. You'll love to see it.
So now Millard South forces the stop. Gets the offense another chance on the field. This one's getting good, Mason.
It is. Millard South's not going away. Let's see if they can, ease their way back into this game.
There was a lot of chatter before this game. People said Westside, this wasn't as big of a game as people projected it to be, that Westside was going to blow them out like they have with everybody else. But Millard South has proven them wrong. This has been a great ball game by both teams, and no matter who wins this game, a lot of positive things to take away both squads. Punt gets up, almost blocked. It's going to take a bounce to Mariah Jackson and get down. I think they're going to spot that at the 45-yard line. So, again, great field position for Millard South to start this drive. You need to come away with points. And, again, 11 minutes left. Plenty of time to go down and score and get another drive after that. We're going to keep it with you right here on Millard South Media. And tell your friends. It's a great ball game. Tune in.
Looks like the rain's starting up again.
And let's see how that impacts this ball game. Millard South has kind of went away from the running game in the second half, as they should.
It's been a rainy, dreary night. We're watching good football. Jetjamal in the shotgun, takes a snap, looking at his left-hand side to pass. Pump fakes, now gets it to Dylan Cool. He's going to have a gain of about nothing. Westside did a great job sniffing that one out. And that should be a flag. You're not allowed.
I mean, we've seen that extracurricular activity all game long. I think it was a fine no call. I think, these guys are playing after the whistle. That's good. With all, the expectations of this ball game, you got it. You just got to.
Absolutely got body slam there.
2nd down and 10, 5 wide. Trips to the far side, 2 to the near. Jetjamal takes a snap. Look at his right-hand side to pass. Pressure coming, rolls to his right. Now finds Amarian Jackson. Low throw, and he gets under it for a catch. Good job again by Amarian Jackson to come up with another clutch catch. He's coming up when it matters right now. Didn't get enough, though, for the 1st down. It's going to be a 3rd down and 1. There is a flag on the play. Seems like a late flag. We'll see what this is on. And they're going to call that on Westside. Looks like maybe a sideline interference.
Everything going right for Millard South right now. A big momentum shift.
Won't have any impact on the yardage. So 3rd down and 1. 5 wide again. Trips to the near side for Tamala. Looks like somebody jumped on the west side. They're not going to call it. Man, that was evident.
Jay Tamala really winning the call there.
Jet takes a snap. Looks to his left-hand side. Trying to find anybody. Now rolls to the right. Going to take it himself. Gets the 1st down and slides out the 40-yard line. Great pocket awareness by the sophomore quarterback to get the 1st down. Again, this is 4-down territory anyway for Millard South. If they weren't to get that, they were absolutely going to go for it, but they don't need to. 1st down. Now inside 10 minutes, Millard South driving on Westside. What a game this has turned out to be. 5 wide again for the Patriots. takes a snap, looking to his left-hand side to throw. Plenty of time. Now the pressure comes. Now rolls to his right. Has to throw this one away. He does. Good job by Dittman not to take the sack. There is a flag in the backfield, and we'll see if this one goes on Millard South. Zebra's talking about it. Millard South, I think they think it's on them. They're backing up. Yep, it will go on Millard South. Looks like a holding penalty.
Backing him up real far.
Yep, so that'll be a 10-yard loss. Set up a second down in 10. Excuse me, should set up a first down in 20. So first down and 24, Millard South back in their own territory. You know, this is a 4-down situation. Oh, plenty of time. 5 wide. They've been in this look all the second half. Dittman takes a snap, has trouble with it, has to get under it, and he will. Oh, man, that hurts you big time. A loss of looks like 15 yards. So now you're looking at a second down and 35, let's call it. We'll see what they officially spot it. So, yep, they'll call it a second down in. Still have yet to call it here on the scoreboard. I think that'll be about a 32. So just 2 monumental losses by Millard South, especially on a must-score drive. Still 4-down territory for this Patriots offense. Dittman takes a snap. Screen pass over to Marion Jackson. Has some room to run. Good blocking down the field by the O-line. Working his way back to their own 45-yard line, and that'll set up a 3rd down and long.
Good job by getting the much-needed yardage back.
And you still have a long way to go if you're the Patriots. 3rd down and 24. This is where
3rd and real long.
This is where Dittman needs to make a great play as a sophomore quarterback. O-line has to have a great rep, and if you're Westside, let's get disruptive. Dittman getting some signals from the sideline. Trips to the near side. Tamal takes a snap. Looking over his shoulder to the right-hand side. Now scrolls to the left. Trying to find something. Hit as he throws. Ball's going to go out of bounds. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. And now you're sitting at a 4th down and unmanageable. You're in 4th down territory at this time in the ball game. I think you still have to go for it. It's now or never. Do or die. See what you can do.
That was Trevor Spady that made Tamala really feel the pressure as he has all game long.
I think Coach Wisdom's on the same breath as we are. Offense stays out there. Wouldn't be too surprised if we saw another pooch kick. But for now, the offense stays on the field. 4th down and very long. 4th down, and let's call it 24. Need to convert this if you're Millard South. And he's just going to do another pooch kick. Bending back there to return, and if needed, he's going to take a bounce, and he'll return himself at the 30, 35. Still on his feet. He's going to work inside the 40. Marked at the 42-yard line. With 8 minutes left to go, Westside takes over. And looking to run some clock and maybe end this one. We're going to take a break here on Millard South Media. Still a great ball game ahead of us. And welcome back to this one. Westside setting up their drive at the 40-yard line. Rezak takes a snap. Gives off to his running back to Mez Ross. Trying to find someone on the outside. And we'll just go back to the line of scrimmage for a gain of nothing. Good job by Millard South to curb him and not let him get to the outside. Westside taking plenty of time here. Trying to milk this clock as much as needed in order to give Millard South as little as a chance as they possibly can. Patriots have 2 timeouts left to go here in this half. Westside has all 3. Strong set look for the Warriors. Quick motion by Benning. They're going to give it off to The running back, nope, Rizak keeps himself. He's bowling his way forward, and he's going to get the first down and more. What a play by the O-line of the Warriors to push him forward an extra 5 yards for the first down. They'll mark him at the 45-yard line of the Patriots.
Dragging what seemed to be the entire Millard South defense.
That's his bully ball right there. And Anthony Rizak has been so effective with his legs. That zone read has killed Millard South all game. Seems like they have a gain of about 10 or more every time they do it. And Rizak, just a very smart and physical quarterback. Clock is running now inside 8 minutes left to go in this one. 10-point ball game. Millard South trying to get out the field, and Westside trying to milk the last remaining parts of this one and move to 8-0. Jamez Ross still in the backfield for the Warriors. They're going to give it off to him. Working his way inside. Gain of about 4. Jamez Ross just really patient back, but when he sees a hole, he goes through it as quick as possible. He's been awesome today. That'll set up a second down and 6 at the 41-yard line of Millard South. Patriots trying to get off the field. And Westside, I mean, this offense has been a well-oiled machine when needed. I mean, only 17 points, but this running attack has been awesome.
And they're going to stick to it the rest of the game, it looks like.
Motion pre-snap. Another running play. They're going to keep it with Rizak, and Millard South sniffs it out this time. And now that sets up a 3rd down and 5. Definitely 4-down territory for this Warriors offense. But Millard South doing a good job staying alive and giving themselves a chance. Crowd getting loud. 3rd down and 5. Big play in this ball game. 2 receivers to the left. Heavy set. Try to get him with the hard count. Didn't work. 10 seconds left to go here in the play clock.
This may be the ball game if Millard South can't get a stop here.
Westside needs this. Snap over to Rizak. He's looking to pass. Looks to his left-hand side. Pressure coming. He gets it. He goes. Ball's down. Dylan Cool gets it. He's running to 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Dylan Cool. Touchdown, Dylan Cool. Millard South with the miraculous play. And they're back in this ball game.
Everyone on their feet in the Millard South crowd.
Oh my goodness!
Unbelievable.
And when it looked like Millard South was about to go away and Westside was going to take this one, Millard South was one of the most miraculous plays we've seen of the entire season, and now a 1-score ball game. Oh my goodness, Mason!
You just love to see it.
This is what it's all about, isn't it?
Those are the sparks that you need to create, and Millard South did it there.
Dylan Cool, the playmaker all year long for this Millard South team. That is his 5th defensive touchdown, and he comes up clutch when it's needed the most. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, kick is good. 3-point ball game here at Buell Stadium. Millard South has not gone away. This one's getting good. Tell your family, tell your friends, tune in on Millard South Media. This is going to be a wild finish. We'll take a quick break. And welcome back to this one. We're on our feet up in the press box. 17-14, Millard South with a miraculous defensive touchdown on the fumble recovery. Scoop in scored by Dylan Cool. 3-point ball game when it looked like Westside was about to take care of things. Millard South has not gone away. This has been everything we've expected and more for the Nebraska High School Football Game of the Year. Nathan Thompson to kick things off. Keenan Cotton and Caleb Benning as the return man. Ball falls down. It is a windy night here at Buell Stadium.
Important to note that Millard South has come back from a 17-point deficit to only 3 now.
They get things re-teed. Let's get this one off. Another pooch kick by Millard South. They're just going to fall on top of it at the 32-yard line. Under 6 minutes left to go in this one. Westside taking over. And we'll see how they respond after that scoop and score. That's deflating from an offensive, from a defensive standpoint. That's got to get everybody juiced up. Both teams taking the field. Here we go. Under 6 minutes left to go. 3-point ball game. Number 1 versus number 2. Trips to the far side. Look from Westside. Anthony Rezek in that quarterback. Hands off to his running back, Jamez Ross. Millard South trying to get him down. And he's just fighting for some extra yardage. Great job by Jamez Ross to fight for those extra yards. He's still not down. And that'll be enough for a first down, it looks like. Jamez Ross should have been down 5 yards short. He did a great job to keep those legs churning. Amazing effort by the running back.
Millard South trying to jaw the ball loose there.
First down and 10 for the Warriors. 5:30 left to go in this one. Crowd getting into it. Pink out here at Millard South. Trips to the far side. One receiver to the near. Rezak takes a snap. Zone read's going to keep it himself. Runs to the inside. Another gain of about 10. And that'll be enough for another first down. Great response here from Westside coming off the scoop and score to say, hey, you know, this is us. We're going to continue to go to the running game. We've done it all season long. And we're not going to have one bad play dictate the rest of this game. That's the mindset you got to have as a coach, as a team. We've reached that 5-minute marker here on Millard South. Trips to the far side. Looking to pass, screen pass over to Caleb Banning. He'll get the first down again and more. He'll be dragged around the 30-yard line. 3 plays, 3 first downs for Westside. And they're making it look easy right now after facing the most adversity they have all year long.
Westside with a good response on this drive to that scoop and score.
Marked at the 29-yard line. Millard South trying to get off the field. At worst, they can give up a field goal. If Westside goes down, scores a touchdown, it might be over. Crowd getting into it. Motion pre-snap. Rezek's going to keep it himself up the middle. And Millard South sniffs that one out. Only gain of, well, let's call it 2. Harper Rutan in there on the tackle.
And this is when Millard South has got to force a turnover or create a stop here.
Second down and 7. 4 minutes left to go here in this one. Trips to the near side. One to the far. Rezek takes a snap. Low snap. He'll do a quick out route to receiver. Stays alive. Gets the first down. My goodness. Makes it look easy. And this Millard South bend don't break defense struggling right now as Westside is now in the red zone. And if you're this Patriots defense, you're just wanting to give your offense an opportunity, give them a chance. You know, only go out with a field goal. Still a one-possession game. See what they can do. Westside's been a well-oiled machine here on this drive. Trips to the near side. Here's the snap to Rezak. Keeps himself up the middle, has room to run at the 10-5, in for the touchdown. Westside with the answer. My goodness, what a play by Anthony Rezak, and he'll extend the lead to 23-14. That's what you want if you're Westside. What a response.
I mean, that's what you got to expect, too, when you're facing the number 1 team. They're going to respond and answer quickly.
And it seemed like that defense of Millard South gained a lot of confidence after the scoop and score, but Westside did a great job. Just forget about it. Move on to the next drive. BAT's up and good. Lead is now 24-14, but Millard South, they are an offense who can score points very quickly. This one is far from over here on Millard South Media. We'll go to a quick break, and we'll be right back with you. And welcome back to this one. Do not go away, folks. Still a great ball game ahead of us. Westside goes down and scores 24-14, but again, we just talked about it before the break. Westside, their defense has given up some big plays when they haven't needed it. Millard South, they've proven throughout this year that they can go down the field very quickly. Watch out for Marion Jackson out wide out to make a couple plays.
They got to do it fast, Wilson. Only 3 minutes left. Going to be a battle if they want to tie this thing up or take the lead.
Ball at the 20-yard line. 5 wide's been that way almost all of the second half. Trips to the near side to the far. Jet Tamala, the quarterback, alone in the shotgun. Tamala takes a snap. Looking to throw on the right-hand side. Great play by the defensive back to get his hands on that. Looks like that was President Okafor, the Nebraska walk-on commit. Read that one immediately, intended for Dom Duggan.
Yeah, Okafor, there's a case to say that he's probably one of the fastest players on this football squad. He participates in track too. He's broken some records in that sport. And he's carrying the legacy of his brothers and his family that have also set records at Westside.
So Preston Okafor, he's a stud. And I know a lot of the people watching, Nebraska fans, you're going to enjoy having him on your team for the next 4 or 5 years. Tamala with the snap. Look at his left-hand side to throw. Marion Jackson's receiver, and he got it for the first down. Good job to lead him back to the football. Marion Jackson makes a great play on it. You got to go quick now. About 3 minutes left to go here. Clock is rolling. 5 wide again. Jet Tamala takes a snap. Looking to pass on the right-hand side. Finds his receiver, Ben Medichetti, makes the move. And can't stay up, but that'll still be a gain of about 5.
It would have helped if he got out of bounds there.
And Millard South still has 2 timeouts, but they do not want to use it or like to save those for when Westside likely gets the football back, barring an onside kick recovery if Millard South were to go down and score. It's Tamala looking to throw. DeLon Jones, good catch, corrals it, but clock is still running.
Looks like
2:30. And now DeLon Jones shaken up. The refs are going to call this one dead.
we got the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
Yeah, he's fine.
First down.
So they're going to call that a first down for Millard South. Clock running with 2:20 left to go in this one. Got to go down the field and score. Jet Tamala all alone in the shotgun. Had a great game so far, but two INTs. Looking to throw the right-hand side. Now scrambling. Trying to find anything. Now shotguns it into Omarion Jackson. He is hammered, and they're going to call a penalty. But Omarion Jackson is shook up.
And he's down, too.
Oh, my goodness. That was a hospital pass. Great job by Omarion Jackson. Just pops up. He's a warrior, man. True warrior. Gladiator. It looked like that was targeting all the way through. And I can't blame the quarterback, Jet Tamala, at this point in the ball game. You're just trying to force them in there, get some yardage. It was a little bit of a hospital pass, but that a little bit of an extra contact there from the Warriors. Easy targeting call. And I think they're just going to, that will go on Westside.
Looked like he was having trouble getting up, but he got up fast, shaking it off.
For some reason, the Millard South offense is moving back, but yeah, they should be moving forward here. So that's a first down. Amari Jackson stays on the field. This guy is a true gladiator, a true patriot. So Millard South Media, shout out to Amari Jackson.
This guy's going to be really special his junior and senior year for this football team.
I mean, you guys have know the names of Davon Hall, Isaac Morris. This guy's the next up. This guy's going to be better than him. Somebody you're going to hear a lot about in the recruiting sphere, Amari Jackson, already the receiving leader in the entire state with touchdowns and yards, and he's only a sophomore. Back to this one. 2 minutes left to go. Jet Jamal takes a snap. Lucas left-hand side. Pressure. Steps up in the pocket. Now trying to find a man. Pump fakes. Great pump fake. Now going to run. And goes out of bounds for a gain of about 7. Jet Tamala. Great job to step up in the pocket when there is pressure and then pump faked. I mean, that was a textbook veteran move by the sophomore quarterback. And not, to also have that presence of mind to go out of bounds and stop the clock.
And for all you that thought Jet Tamala was, a pocket passer, well, he's showing that he can do with his legs too.
And he's had a great day running the football when he needs to. He's not your traditional pocket passer. This dude has some wheels on him. All right, under 2 minutes left to go. Jet Tamala takes the snap. Look to his left-hand side to pass. Now bullets it in there. Jump pass to Isaac Jensen. He gets on a miraculous one-hand catch. Isaac Jensen. And no, I think they're going to call that incomplete at the last second. Isaac Jensen made a great play on that football with one arm.
Almost caught it with his shoulder.
Yeah, just fell down at the last second. Really good pass there from Jet Tamala. Just a little bit out of his reach.
Still great effort.
Yeah, great effort. I mean, had us fooled up in the booth. That catch is no longer, but still sets up a 3rd down and 3 with 1:45 left to go. Jet Tamala all alone the shotgun. Takes a snap. Look at his left-hand side. He's rolling. Now floats it up there to Lon Jones. That one's going to be picked off. He's going to the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Westside, and that'll do it. Jordan Hurst with the pick 6 for the Warriors. Jet Tamala, I think he was just trying to throw it out of bounds, floated it up there. What you couldn't afford, and this one's over.
Yeah, that should be the ball game there. Great way for Westside to end it.
Now,
not so great pass.
The scoreboard might not be an indictment on this ball game, but this has been a close ball game the entire way through. This will leave no doubt in anyone's mind of 2 things. One, Westside's the best team in the state. No doubt about it, Mason. There's no doubt they will be the 1 seed. They are worthy of that number 1 in the power rankings, but this has also proved to everybody that Millard South is the number 2 team in the state, not to be disputed. I don't think there's another team in the state who could put up this fight against this Westside team. And no matter what, whoever wins this game, it looks like it's going to be Westside. This is a win-win for both teams because they got to look at each other before, the state playoffs, where people are already expecting these two to face again in Lincoln. But 31-14.
All that Millard South can look to now is getting that revenge in the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. And this has been a great game, Mason. I mean, this has been a great game.
Very entertaining.
Minute 33. We'll see what Millard South has left in them. And then You Don't Want to Go Away. We have a post-game show. We'll be recapping everything that's happened so far, along with a special message here from Millard South Media. So stick around for that post-game show coming up shortly after the game is over. And I would like to have a Patriot shout-out to Brock Murdaugh. He's been my statistician away from home today. He's done a great job, and he's tuning in with his entire family. That's ex-Millard South Media member, was our voice for many years of basketball. So again, Patriot shout-out to Brock Murtaugh. Westside to kick things off. Good kick by Will Bowerly with the win. That'll be a touchback. And the Millard South offense will retake the field with 1:30 left to go. And do not go away. We have a post-game show coming to you. We will be talking about all the scores around the Metro and specifically about this game, where Westside goes from here, where Millard South goes from here, and the indications of this one on all of Nebraska high school football. So do not go away. And we'll also have a special message from Millard South Media. Trips to the far side to the near. Motion pre-snap. Tamala's going to keep it himself. Fight for some extra yardage. And excuse me, that was not Jet Tamala. Ian Langer is in the game, the backup quarterback. More of the dual threat option. They're going to give him some reps in a big ball game. Clock is running, and I don't think either team have any indication of whether to stop that. I think they'll just let it run. Five wide once again for Millard South. Fake jet sweep. Ian Langer is going to take it again himself. Gain of nothing.
Ian Langer just in to get some reps.
And this is a quarterback for Millard South that they really like as that dual threat option. Would not be surprised if we saw him get more reps in the playoffs. Under 40 seconds left to go. And if you're Millard South, you might just want to run this one last time and get ready for the handshake line.
They're just going to accept their defeat.
Another run here from the quarterback, Ian Langer. Westside sniffs it out, still on his legs. And now he'll get down for a loss. And that should end things here. Clock is running. Coaches are taking off their headsets. And that'll be the final score here at Buell Stadium. 31-14. Westside proves that they're the #1 team in all of Class A and gets the win over the #2 ranked Millard South Patriots. Do not go away. We still have post-game coverage here on Millard South Media. Again, this game really was everything we anticipated and more. Great game from both teams. Again, a 17-point ball game, but it was closer than that. The Westside really, when it mattered the most, this offense came up huge. The running game was never stopped by this Patriots defense. And that's why the score is what it is. But do not go away. Post-game coverage coming up in about a minute 50 here on Millard South Media. And welcome to the post-game show presented to you by Millard South Media. I'm Wilson Dittman, your play-by-play, joined alongside the color commentator, Mason Steinhoff. Westside wins this one, 31-14, a hard-fought battle. Mason, what was your main takeaway from this one?
Yeah, Millard South fought hard. It was a defensive battle through a half, you could say 3 quarters. Millard South showed a spark for that scoop-in score, of course, that had us on our feet here in the booth. But Westside just proven that they're the team to beat, and they have yet for anyone to beat them.
Yeah, I mean, defensive showdown, like you said, really good ball game from both teams. Both teams showed a lot of grit. This proved to everybody that Westside was #1, but it proved to everybody that Millard South is #2. I would not be surprised if we saw these guys play again in the state title in Lincoln in a month. But a really good indicator of how that game will go. And I think both teams, it's a win-win. You saw each other one time. You'll use that as film. You use that as study. And if you do, in fact, play each other again, that'll be only beneficial for both squads. Player of the game for Westside goes to Anthony Rezak. I mean, when he made plays on his legs, they were crucial. Got some big third down conversions. Jamez Ross was also great. And then player of the game for Millard South was Marion Jackson. He was our X factor. Came up clutch offensively when nothing else was going right. Marion Jackson, just an absolute stud. He's a guy that you guys will need to keep your eyes on for years to come. Now, before we go away here on Millard South Media, I'd like to have a quick shout-out of everybody who's helped out with this production. Starting off with our commentators, of course, I'm Wilson Dittman alongside Mason Steinhoff. We have Taylor Lewis producing for us, alumni. We have Jonathan Spieler being our director, Margaret Smith and Alexa Lighting on cameras, along with James Kramer, who is our sideline camera. And we have our statisticians back here, Tate Williams and Braden Schmeeding, along with Nick Barajas taking photos for us down on the field. I mean, complete team effort. My advisor, Christine Caldwell, likes to say she just likes it if the stream goes on and we can hear audio, but we at Millard South Media, we like to dream big. This has been one of the best, if not the best, student-led broadcasts in all of high school football, not only Nebraska, but all of America. This has been awesome to be a part of. We put months of work of effort into this stream. It just came out awesome, and it was a great game to cover as well. So I'd like to thank everybody who's viewed in. Don't be shy to hit the subscribe button and be back next week when we play Lincoln High, but this has been awesome. So, again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everybody who's helped out, everybody who's watched. It's been awesome. Mason, got anything else to say?
On to Lincoln High.
On to Lincoln High. We'll be here next week here on Millard South Media to cover that one. And then, of course, playoff coverage all year long. That's us signing out here on Millard South Media.